Morning, guys. This is John Watson from back in West Virginia. He's a well-known muskie fisherman, and I used to take him. He used to take him and Billy. I used to take them on guide trips. There's Billy STARKEY, and they catch 300 muskies a year, over 300 muskies. But they're and guess what they caught them on, guys? I'm telling you, it's been up north forever. They caught them on Hoytcater.
Here. Oh Lordy. Right there. 47 and a half.
48. I ain't got it here now. It's our 48,
48 and a half.
All right, back in the water.
Poor old Tommy Harrigan, a red tenant, they never caught anything. And Billy and John caught over 14 muskies today. This is July 4th, 2025, and they caught over 14 muskies. They're really gifted. They've tried to show Red and Tommy how to do it, but there's just some people just don't pick up on it, guys. They just don't really. These guys are naturals, but I'm not blowing my own horn, but I did show them how to do it, and I introduced them to the Hoytcater spinnerbait up here in that grass. It works in the grass up there too.
Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing.
I'm gonna start out with of course, the old Hoytcater, and then I'm gonna try I'm in a new spot here. I'm gonna try the trick worm a little bit. I haven't floated that for long, or float worm. I'm sorry, float worm. All right, let's get up there and get situated. I'm late. I'm about half hour late, but let's see how it goes. See if we catch one. I don't hear much about it. Guys, I got out there late this morning. I only had about 15-20 minutes when it was really hitting, but I was able to put some fish in the boat, and the wind wasn't really blowing that hard. But I using black and blue, the Hoytcater black and blue, using the marsh monkey on the back of it, the funky monkey marsh monkey, and also 65-pound test Power Pro. You got to have that 65-pound test braid line, guys, because it pulled them out of that grass. And right off the bat yesterday morning, I lost two of them. They go over 5 pounds a piece. Even though you got that heavy line, it's still hard to get them out of there. I mean, especially them great big ones. But again, guys, as you can see, I just put it in there. I just didn't, when I made the turn there going around King's Bar, I just pulled in. First hemigrass I seen, I just pulled in on it because I didn't get down to where I usually get down. And I thought, well, the heck with it. I'll just see if they're here. And I just started down through there. And, well, you can see one right after another. I mean, I was catching them there for about a half hour. I should have had an hour this morning. I should have been there at 10 till 6. But, what the heck, 6:30. And, yeah, catching them on the marsh monkey and the Hoytcater. I was going to try some other stuff, but I always say that, and then I get out there and I start throwing that Hoytcater, and I start catching fish on it, and it's hard to put something down when you're catching fish on it. It's like something works. I mean, wife tried to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun with this bait here, and it just produces fish. I lost a few this morning, but I lost probably a half dozen yesterday morning for some reason. I just couldn't get a hook in them. But I lost a few this morning, but nothing like it was yesterday. And the wind wasn't as bad, the wind wasn't as bad. And what I found out too, if you pull up, it's kind of interesting. You pull up on a place and you're catching them pound and a half, 2 pounds, okay? It seems like all of them's pound and a half, 2 pounds. And you go down a little ways and you'll catch them 3 pounds. And all of them's the same size. They must be in a school, and it goes on up to, I've caught them up 6, 7 pounds out there. Not very often you get big ones like that, but from 5 to 7 pounds there. Once you get a school in that, man, it's really, really a blast. But I figured there'd be more people fishing today, but 4th of July, but I didn't see that many really on the lake this morning. And the lake's kind of dangerous again. You have to be careful when you go out there because it's really shallow, shut down way out, and just kind of trim your motor up and just idle in or take your electric motor and go in there and start fishing. Don't run in there. Again, in front of King's Bar, and in front of Buckhead down there, 3rd Point, you can catch them, and then you go on down to 4 Point there in front of Tent House, and you go on down to Worm Cove there below Indian Prairie with the Kissimmee grass. You can catch them there. Guys, there's 20 miles of Kissimmee grass where you can catch these things at daylight. It's just miles and miles of them. And once this bite stops, I always get back up the river and start throwing a worm or a fluke or Carolina rig. Because I don't stay out there and beat it after 8 o'clock. Sometimes I'll stay. If it's really cloudy, I'll stay to 8 o'clock. But after 8 o'clock, I move on out to the river and try to catch some. Which I had a good time yesterday when I moved up in the river and caught another 7 or 8. Of the fluke. I just thrown a fluke up against the bank there and catch them. But I did that this morning and it didn't work out. They just wasn't. It's funny. The water's it's different every day. The lake and the river changes every day. You just gotta kind of. The old saying is, time on the water. You just trying to figure it out. Yeah, we're on the upside of another full moon coming up, so a good deal. And it has nothing to really do too much with the bass, but it has to do with the shad spawn. And then when the shad move in there and spawn, then the bass follow them. Which is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You can see it wasn't that rough out there this morning, which is good. I can't take a beat. What I do is usually, that's like yesterday morning, I fished the Old Timers tournament. Before I signed up, I went down and looked at the lake, and it wasn't too bad. So I turned around, come back up, paid my money, and got ready. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead on out. But even though it didn't look bad, once I made the turn out there, it was about pretty good. It was pretty rough. There's another one. This is one of my favorite ways of catching bass is on top of the water like this grass bite. I used to do it in the Ohio River and other lakes. Lake Murray, I used to go to Lake Murray and do it, and and there's a lake here, and I can't hardly think of the name of it, but up at Lake Nipissing and Eagle Lake and some of them other lakes in Canada, they all had grass, and I used to grass fish up there for largemouth and northern pike and muskie. They'd come out of there. That was way before. They didn't have the Hoytcater then. That was many moons ago. That was back in the 70s. Late 60s, early 70s, and 80s. I used to go up there and fish in Canada. But then I used to go up on the Ottawa River up there, and it had grass along the side of it. And boy, I wish I'd had the Hoytcater back in, but didn't have it. Yeah, I just moved down through there and started catching them. When you go out there, guys, don't go the Kissimmee grass way back in. It really is too shallow back here anyway, but the fish are on the Kissimmee grass that meets the lake. It's right on, the Kissimmee grass that comes right on the lake, that's where the fish are. But after, like I said, after 8 o'clock, or even between 7 and 8 o'clock, you're beating a dead horse out there. You just well go somewhere else in deeper water, up in the river somewhere, and try to catch some. Black and blue was it for me, but I was talking to a gentleman and his wife, which are from North Carolina, and they're down here fishing, and I give them a couple of Hoytcaters. I give him a black and blue one, and I give him his wife had a white one, white chartreuse one. I can't catch them on white chartreuse. But I guess she caught 4 just as fast as she threw in yesterday on the white chartreuse. So I'm going to have to try the white chartreuse again. I mean, you know, I got so much confidence in the black and blue. I'm catching so many fish on it, it's hard to put it down. But she was throwing the white and chartreuse and catching it on Hoytcater and catching it on that. So, but you can call Tim Hoyt and order one of your Hoytcaters. I don't care if you're musky fishing, bass fishing, northern pike fishing, you know, striper fishing. These Hoytcater is just a different beast. It just, I don't know, puts the fish in the boat. And then you put the marsh monkey on the back of it, and golly, hang on. You can see it produces. I mean, it produces fish. I had to go fast because I didn't have very long. I didn't get no jacks this morning, guys. I really didn't get no big ones like I did yesterday. I caught some nice. I caught some lost. Well, I didn't catch them. I lost 2 over 5 yesterday with the Hoytcater. I just, instead of taking the net, I tried to pick them up over the side, and it bounced off the side of the boat. So, oh well, it is what it is. But hey, how about them muskie that Billy Starkey and John Watson caught today? They caught over. I think they caught 15. Had a couple more on, lost them up there on. I think it was at Salt Fork or Leesville this morning fishing. But again, poor old Tommy Herrick and Red Tenant. I'm telling you that. You ever know somebody you could take them to a hatchery and they couldn't catch a fish? Well, that's Tommy Herrick and Red Tenant. They couldn't catch a fish if you put them in a hatchery. Poor old guys. I was talking to Billy and John, and they caught. They said they caught almost 15. I guess they lost. Had one right at the boat. They're going to count it, and had it on the BOGO grips, and it kind of flopped off. So, but it was about 35 inches. So they caught 14 got in the boat, but they had another one right at the boat. So we'll give them that one. But they lost a couple nice ones. But you can see that one John caught. John, you know, guys, Hoytcaters are the real deal. I mean, I don't care if you're musky fishing, you're northern pike fishing, you're bass fishing. They're just the real deal. There's the sun, guys. So I'm off the grass. I'm going to head up the river now. But right here, caught them all on, of course, the old Hoytcater, black and blue. I tried white, but I just couldn't get any connection on the white. So I threw the old Hoytcater this morning. So anyhow, this is the deal now.
Here. Oh Lordy.
Straight down.
47 and a half.
48. I ain't got him here now. It's over 48,
48 and a half.
All right, back in the water. Good job, Johnny.